Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This time we're going to talk about Rancors. Yes, the lovely, cute, cuddly beasts of the Star Wars universe. No, actually, the Rancors are some of the most terrifying creatures in the galaxy. When the Rancor first appeared in Return of the Jedi, Luke falls down the trapdoor and has to outsmart this creature in order to escape with his life. It was really a terrifying scene. I mean, you see him eat a Gamorrean guard, and with all the bones littered about his cave, it's really understandable that this is not a creature to be messed with. It's really the first big monster that we get in Star Wars. In the original trilogy, you did have the Wampa, but that was a much smaller scale foe in a way. The Rancor is a massive monster, like monster movie level. And what I love about the Rancor is they didn't make it just a one off creature that appears in Return of the Jedi and you never see another one. No, the Rancors have appeared in numerous other medias, most recently and notably in the Book of Boba Fett, where Boba Fett actually acquires one. And it's interesting learning how these creatures can be loyal to their owners and are almost like dogs in a sense. They have a sense of respect and loyalty for their owners that while they are ravenous beasts and they can't always be controlled, they can be tamed to a certain extent. And it was really cool to see Boba Fett get this Rancor and use it to wreak havoc in his final battle against the Pikes. And we get to see baby Rancors in shows like the Clone Wars or the Bad Batch. We do get to learn that these are creatures that are very much sought after as pets and not necessarily common. And they do exist in a variety of different homeworlds and habitats. And the one Luke fights in Return of the Jedi, even though you were meant to be rooting against it, it's an antagonist in a way. You still can't help but feel a little bit sad when it perishes and you see the owner of the Rancor having this emotional moment. And that really nails home the idea that these things are pets in a way and are very bonded with their owners. Now, I think Rancors are really cool because their design is almost like reptilian in a way, but at the same time, it kind of harkens back to the old school monsters of Godzilla or even Jurassic Park. And although they are not known to be the most intelligent creatures in the Star Wars universe, they definitely more than make up for it with their absolutely ferocious strength. And they're used as fighters. A lot of times they are used in a gladiator type situation. They're traded as such. But again, they do bond with their owners. They're actually native to the planet Dathomir, but they have been introduced into different planets across the galaxy. And in different Star Wars media and video games, we see them in a variety of different terrains and planets, oftentimes carrying different coloration. There are darker ones and ones with different skin palettes, different color textures, things of that nature, which is cool. It adds a variety to the species because that's not super different from how animals in the real world are. Different animals in different environments kind of take on different colorations. Definitely adds a lot of depth to the Star Wars universe and the world building anytime you have a creature such as a Rancor or any of the other exciting creatures that our characters get to battle. They all have different characteristics and traits, just like the fauna of the real world do. That's one of the cooler things about the Star Wars universe. You know, you have the aliens that are sentient and human like in the way in which they interact and live their daily lives. But then you also have these more feral animal type creatures that are just part of the experience in a way. But with that being said, the Rancor is absolutely iconic. I remember having a toy Rancor and playing with that thing with the Luke Skywalker little action figure that was minute compared to this massive Rancor, and just having fun. You know, you can't have enough big monsters in Star Wars. I think it always just adds for a fun experience, and then you get to learn about these creatures and their backstories. And like I said, with the Rancors having owners that have had them since they were babies, and this unique bond that can only really be explained as a person and their dog or another beloved pet, it's a really interesting dynamic. Book of Boba Fett may not have been a perfect show, but giving him a Rancor was one of the really cool things about that series. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on the Rancor in the comments below. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our content. And as always, may the Force be with you. Now let's blow up that like button and go home.